the Supreme Succor, a metaphysical and ontological analysis of Al-Ghawth Lazem. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Sufi Essence with Hamid Said. In the vast and intricate cosmology of Sufism, there exists a concept of a spiritual hierarchy that governs the unseen world and serves as a conduit for divine mercy to creation. At the apex of this hierarchy, the spiritual axis upon which the entire cosmos turns, is a singular station known as Al-Ghawth al-Azam, the Supreme Succor. This designation is not merely a title of veneration. It represents a specific, divinely ordained function and a metaphysical reality that is central to Sufi epistemology and eschatology. While many have heard the name, few have engaged with the nuanced theological and ontological underpinnings of this station. Today, we will undertake a scholarly analysis of Al-Ghawth al-Azam. We will move beyond hagiographical accounts to explore the theoretical framework that defines this spiritual office. Our discourse will first establish the foundational concept of Walayah sainthood and the celestial hierarchy in which the Ghawth operates. We will then examine his ontological connection to the Prophet Muhammad's essence, positioning him as the primary locus of the Muhammadan reality in his era. Our investigation will also address his cosmological function as the conduit of divine emanation and his eschatological role as an intercessor. The central thesis of our lecture is that the station of Al-Ghawth al-Azam is a testament to Allah's continuous and uninterrupted guidance for humanity, a living manifestation of his mercy in every age. The cosmological and ontological foundation of Al-Ghawth al-Azam. To understand Al-Ghawth al-Azam, we must first situate him within the spiritual hierarchy of the saints Walayah. Islamic tradition establishes that Allah has friends on earth, saints who, through their sincere devotion and spiritual striving, attain a state of closeness to him. This spiritual friendship is known as Walayah. The saints are not prophets, but they are inheritors of the prophetic light and serve as the spiritual guardians of the faith. Sufi cosmology posits that the awliya are not all equal in rank. They are organized into a spiritual administration, a celestial government that oversees the affairs of the unseen world. This hierarchy is not a man-made construct, but a divine ordination. At the base of this pyramid are countless saints with specific ranks and responsibilities. Above them are the Nuqaba leaders, followed by the Oddod pillars and the Budala substitutes. However, at the very apex of this entire system is a single spiritual authority who is the axis of the cosmos, the Qutb pole. The Qutb is a singular entity at any given time, and the stability of the entire universe, both physical and spiritual, is said to depend on his presence. He is the heart of the cosmos, and just as the heart is the center of the body, the Qutb is the spiritual center of creation. The term Ghawth literally means succor or help. The designation Al-Ghawth al-Azam therefore signifies the Supreme Succor, the one to whom the entire spiritual administration and all of creation turn for spiritual assistance. He is the ultimate intermediary, the one who receives the divine grace directly and distributes it through the hierarchy of saints to all of humanity. Ontologically, he is a manifestation of Allah's name, Al-Ghawth, and a representative of the divine mercy. His existence is a proof of Allah's continuous engagement with his creation. The ontological connection to the Prophet and divine emanation. A central tenet of this metaphysical doctrine is the Ghawth's profound ontological connection to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Ghawth is not an independent spiritual authority. He is the most perfect inheritor of the Prophet's spiritual reality, a concept known as al-Haqiqa, al-Muhammadiyya. This is not a claim to prophethood, which ceased with Muhammad, peace be upon him, but a claim to the highest form of sainthood, Walayah. That is a direct inheritance from the prophetic light. According to Ibn Arabi's philosophy of al-Insan al-Kamil, the perfect man, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the archetype of perfection, the microcosm that reflects the macrocosm. The Ghawth, as the perfect man of his era, serves as the spiritual heir to this archetype. He is the bridge between the divine and the created, the nexus through which divine grace flows into the cosmos. This is a process known as al-Fadl ilahi, divine emanation. The divine emanation is a constant, uninterrupted flow of grace and life from Allah. It originates from the divine essence, passes through the reality of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and is then channeled through the heart of Al-Ghawth al-Azam. From the Ghawth, this divine grace is then distributed to the other saints, and through them, to the entire physical and spiritual world. The Ghawth is, therefore, a spiritual reservoir, a conduit of mercy, and a testament to the divine principle that the world is never left without a guide. His existence ensures that the divine message and grace are always present and accessible to those who seek it. This complex metaphysical structure positions the Ghawth as a living embodiment of the divine presence, a locus of the prophetic light, and an essential component of the spiritual machinery of the universe. His existence is not for his own sake, but for the sustenance and guidance of all of creation. The role and function of Al-Ghawth al-Azam, the station of Al-Ghawth al-Azam, with a specific set of roles and functions that impact both the spiritual and temporal realms. These functions are a manifestation of his immense spiritual authority and his unique relationship with Allah. 1. Intercession Shifa. By virtue of his immense spiritual station, the Ghawth is granted the authority to intercede with Allah on behalf of humanity. This intercession is not limited to the Day of Judgment. It is a continuous process that occurs in the here and now. The Ghawth intercedes on behalf of individuals, communities, and even the natural world. He is the one to whom people turn in times of great calamity and distress, seeking his intercession for the removal of hardship, the granting of blessings, and the forgiveness of sins. This intercessory role is a direct manifestation of Allah's name, Al-Wadud, the most loving, and his mercy. 2. Guidance and spiritual authority. The Ghawth is the ultimate spiritual authority of his time. His decrees, guidance, and spiritual insights are considered divinely inspired. He is the one who sets the spiritual tenor for the era, guiding the other saints and the spiritual seekers on their paths. His connection with Allah is direct and unmediated, a state of being known as al-Kashf, clear unveiling. This allows him to see beyond the veils of the physical world and perceive the spiritual realities of people and events. His authority is not coercive, but persuasive, rooted in the purity of his spiritual station and the undeniable truth of his words. 3. The historical case of Shaykh Abd al-Qadir al-Jilani, a seminal figure widely revered. As Al-Ghawth al-Azam is Shaykh Abd al-Qadir al-Jilani, d. 1166 c. His historical account and immense spiritual influence are cited by numerous Sufi orders, including the Qadriya, as a testament to this station. His famous statement, "My foot is on the neck of every wali of Allah," is often misunderstood. It is not a claim of personal arrogance, but a metaphorical declaration of his spiritual precedence and the immense authority granted to him. It is a statement that affirms his position as the Qutb, the spiritual head of all the saints of his time, and the conduit through which all divine grace is channeled. The life and teachings of Shaykh Abd al-Qadir al-Jilani serve as a historical embodiment of the metaphysical principles of Al-Ghawth al-Azam. Conclusion. The concept of Al-Ghawth al-Azam is not a cheap or superstitious belief. It is a sophisticated and highly developed doctrine within Islamic mysticism that has been debated and refined by scholars for centuries. It is a testament to Allah's continuous mercy, guidance, and presence in the world. The Ghawth is the spiritual axis of the universe, a living manifestation of the prophetic light, and the conduit of divine grace. His existence is a proof that the world is never left without a guide, and his role is to ensure that the divine message and mercy are always present and accessible. To accept this concept is to accept a deeper, more spiritual reality of Islam, where the unseen world is governed by a divine administration and where individuals, through their spiritual striving, can attain a station of immense closeness to their Creator. It is an acknowledgement that the most elevated form of servanthood is to become a perfect conduit for divine mercy, a station that is epitomized by Al-Ghawth al-Azam. Thank you for joining us on this scholarly exploration. Please subscribe to our channel to continue our pursuit of knowledge and truth.